President Donald Trump opting out of the NewsNation debate tomorrow night, as he has done all election season long. But he's still leading the polls. A former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, they are neck and neck for the #2 spot. This morning, we're talking to young, undecided Republican voters about what it'll take for candidates to earn their support. So joining us now, we have Dakota Wilkinson, president of College Republicans at the University of South Carolina, and then also Brennan Gorman, a senior at the University of Buffalo. Thank you both for joining us this morning. Dakota, let me just start with you first. You were undecided, but at this time, at this hour, are you leaning toward any specific candidate right now?
Well, there are a few candidates that have caught my eye. I know that, obviously Trump is looming over this race, and I think that he definitely has an influence over it. And, we've seen his record as president. I think it's pretty solid. But there are other candidates that I think do offer a lot for, the country. I think that we have, Vivek is obviously doing really well with the youth. Ron DeSantis has had a pretty solid track record in Florida. And Nikki Haley being the governor of my state, South Carolina, I think that she has done a lot of good for this state.
Yeah.
Though I try to keep my options open at the current time.
You're all ears. You're open to see and hear what they have to say tomorrow night on that debate stage. Brennan, same question goes for you. Who's appealing to you right now, and what's it going to take for you to decide and be firm in that choice?
I think for me, a big thing in deciding who would like to support in this election is a commitment to the economy, to education, and foreign policy. Very important issues, but above that, we need a candidate who can relate to my generation, to our generation. And right now, for me, that's Nikki Haley. I think she's an excellent candidate. And right now, she's second in the polls. She is beating Ron DeSantis in Iowa and New Hampshire in recent AFP action polling, which I think is really, really good for the command.
You like her over Trump? Do you wish she would clinch the primary?
Yes, definitely. I think to unite the Republican Party and to unite the country, the Republican Party needs to move past Trump. So I think the only way we can be successful in this upcoming election is to do such that.
Yeah. Dakota, your thoughts there, and also just, speaking for yourself and also other conversations you've been having on campus with friends and with classmates, what are the key issues that are top of mind for you and young voters?
Yeah, so at least in my chapter, College Republicans, big issues are definitely the economy. Inflation is seen by everyone. We were just at the grocery store the other day, and it was terrible. It was really bad.
Meaning expensive?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very expensive. Another big issue is, at least for my campus, is the abortion issue and how candidates are going to deal with that going forward. And also gun legislation. Me and my chapter are very more pro Second Amendment, so we're trying to see how these candidates are going to defend the Second Amendment going forward as well.
Yeah, all great answers there. And gentlemen, our most recent NewsNation Decision Desk HQ polling found Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis in a tight race for second place among Republican voters. Brennan, I know you said that Nikki's your first choice, but do you truly believe that either of these candidates could really take on Donald Trump in the primary election? And are you nervous about the great lead that he has over the rest of the field?
I'm definitely nervous about the lead that he has. Going into primaries, as we saw in recent elections, you can never trust polling 100%, so you never know how it's going to happen. If we are going into 2024 and we have another Trump versus Biden election, I'm really not sure what I'm going to do and how I'm going to vote. So that's why I think it's so important for Republicans to unite to ensure that he's not a representation on the ballot.
And let me just follow up on that with you, Brennan. When you say you're not sure how you're going to vote, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but would you consider yourself or categorize yourself as one of the double doubters? You don't like either of them. And how do you think that will manifest for you? Do you think you'll choose one over the other, make a game time choice, or is there a possibility you don't show up and vote at all?
It's a great question. I think going into it, I definitely have to think about it more. It would be more of a game time decision because at that point, it would be a vote of the lesser of the two evils, which I think going into the primaries, we need to ensure that that's not how we're voting.
Dakota, let me give you the last word on that. With a hypothetical Biden-Trump rematch, which is looking very likely at this point. How do you think about that? Where do you think you fall?
Well, I've kept my options open during the primary just to see what everyone has to offer. But at the end of the day, I think that, we should definitely rally behind Trump, as, he's definitely has the base in his pocket. And I think that at the end of the day, it's between him and Biden. I'd sleep at night better knowing that Donald Trump was president than Joe Biden.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.